Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We are here. Look at these beautiful views from inside the Chronos Club, the club level here at the Gran Destino Tower at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. We're here thanks to the amazing Stephen Noon, the MVP. You got to go check out his Instagram, Stephen_Noon_Disney MVP.
There you go.
Nailed it. He's an amazing travel agent as well, so if you're ever booking anything, he is the man, and he does all my travel agent stuff too, because he's the best. But that we're here. This is really cool. So if you're staying on the club level when you book your resort, you get access to this a few times a day. They do a breakfast, they do a lunch, a dinner, and then a dessert cordial after dinner kind of thing. We'll give you a quick tour now and show you some of the items. And this is provided with the cost of your room. I like the hidden Mickeys right there too. Lollipops, candy. So here's the offerings for today. It changes every day. Wednesday, breakfast, scrambled eggs, Spanish potatoes with bell peppers, pork sausage, steel-cut oatmeal, assorted pastries, bagels, fruits. For some snacks in the middle of the day, they have some mini bocadillos. Those are the same things upstairs at Dahlia Lounge. So good. Assorted chips, crudité, assorted cheeses, cookies, and more. And then I think tonight we're going to go show you what's going on right now. I like these little...
A lot of the artwork, it kind of very much goes in line with the whole Gran Destino theme, but they just really...
I love it. Gran Destino, of course. Destino is a film with Salvador Dali. Dali and Disney, very good friends. Here we got some, oh my gosh, it looks good. We got some pasta and some sauce, some cheese. Ooh, those croquettes look so good, the Spanish croquettes. Full coffee station, some sodas, some water, your teas, your lemon water, a nice meat plate, some fresh apricots, cornichons, pickles, cheeses, a red pepper gazpacho. You got your wines, beer, soda. Again, complimentary with your club level if you book club level. And then some salads and bread. This is so good. This is upstairs too, right?
Yeah, the panko tomato.
So good. Some tuna poke, olive oil, and some healthy little snacks. And these views are insane. Oh, and look at the fancy board games. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, this Clue game is new.
This is unbelievable.
We thought of you in love with all the board games they have.
Yes. Oh my gosh. This Monopoly board. I'm trying to close. I might be running the not running, but DJing and announcing the Monopoly 5K and half marathon here, Kentucky, and New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
So that's fun. We'll see. Hopefully that comes through. They have their own restrooms as well, so you're here, you can run to the restroom. But these views, I mean, look at this. You got Galaxy's Edge right there. You can see Hollywood Studios. You can see the Chinese Theater. You can see the building for Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror. Then you have the Bonnet Creek Resorts, the Marriott World Center, and then you have Swan Dolphin and Swan Reserve right over here to the left.
If you go further down this way, then you can
see a little bit more, yeah. So it's similar. We're facing the same direction as Dahlia Lounge, but these are enclosed with the floor-to-ceiling windows, which I bet feels great in the summers with the air conditioning. Yeah, there, all the good stuff. Spaceship Earth, right behind the Swan and Dolphin. You can see the Guardians building. So we're on the 15th floor here. And Toledo and Dahlia, one floor above us on 16. All right, I'm gonna give you guys some good views for a sec. I'm gonna grab a plate of food. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just... But hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't. And we're going to give it a full tour of the entire resort here at Coronado, the Gran Destino Tower, as well as all the other buildings, the convention center, and maybe even pop up to Dahlia. And then come back here and show you the desserts and after dinner drinks and fun. So there's a lot going on tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. I'll man here in the camera and look at the chat and stuff. If anybody has any questions about the club level here or at any of the other resorts, I'm happy to answer questions that you might have while Pete goes to get some stuff. We really enjoy the club levels here at the resorts. My biggest piece of advice, though, is that it's only really worth the investment if you're willing to kind of spend your time at the at the resorts. If you're going to spend a lot of time in the parks, it's tough to justify the cost that you pay for all of the amenities that you do get, as great as they are, because then you just always feel the pressure to come back to the resort. But the customer service is like old school Disney. We especially love Chronos here. The cast members here are especially fantastic and super attentive. The rooms here, or the club level, is actually open all day from 6:30 to 10. So you can hang in here from early in the morning, getting coffee at 6:30, all the way till 10. The food services, they do breakfast from 7 to 10:30. Then they take a break. Then they set up lunch snacks and like crudité from 11:30 to 4. And then they have the dinner service from 5 to 7. And then the desserts and quarters from 8 to 10. But really at any point throughout the whole day, if you need anything, you can always ask the club cast members, and they are always happy and willing to get you stuff. But are they still doing Sangria University? Yes, they are. I think it's just on the weekends, though. I think it's just Saturdays and Sundays at Coronado. Maybe Fridays as well. Hello, Pete Stooney.
Yep, Saturday and Sunday at 1:30 is Sangria.
All right, my
Saturday.
assistant here, Kate, says Saturday and Sunday
At 1:30.
at 1:30 is Sangria University. See who's all here. I saw David Long and Glenn and Zippity Doo Doug, and I saw Dawn and Rebecca D, Lady Kirk. Hello to Alyssa. Yeah, and when there's fireworks, they tend to dim the lights. They don't play the music in here like they do at some places. Over at Poly Club, at the Kamehameha Club, they actually turn off the lights and play Happily Ever After in the building, which is pretty cool. Hey, Bill. Hello, Dennis. Yeah, no, we love this resort too. We love Coronado. Our biggest issue with Coronado is we are a family of 5. So this stay, my wife and I are here with our youngest. But when the whole group is here, there's not really rooms that we can officially put 5 people on outside of a junior suite or in one of the executive suites. So we tend to be here just when it's just us as a couple or with 1 or 2 of the kids. But we love Coronado. Love Three Bridges. We went to Three Bridges last night. Always a favorite stop of ours. Three Bridges is great because it's one of the few places you can get full dining, table service till midnight. So when we arrive on a late night flight, a lot of times we'll come to Three Bridges to eat. We talked to management yesterday, and they said that new menu is more than likely going to be debuting next week on April 1st. So it'll be interesting to see what the new items are at Three Bridges, but we always love Three Bridges. Hello, Just Mousing Around and Fly Girl. Pete's gathering his stuff. I can bring. Can bring this over here. Show viewers some of the things.
Masterpiece.
Lovely.
These, I love this food from Badillo Lounge. Had to try the gazpacho, and then I went for the tuna poke.
There you go.
And then we got a water for later when I walk. And I couldn't decide between a wine or an espresso, so I went with both.
There you go. Can't go wrong. And you can always go back and get more.
This is amazing.
And what's nice here, they have Chronos Club coasters. So I was thinking Bill and Lynnette.
Yeah, me
we
too.
should grab
I gotta give
a stack of those. I don't know where you'd like to put that.
Yeah, you can put it anywhere right there.
All right, there you go.
Get a nice little view of Galaxy's Edge while we take a little snack here. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone.
I'm gonna go grab another plate.
Yeah, absolutely. Steven helping me out. He's the one who got us in here. The views are incredible.
Did you show them Spaceship Earth?
Yeah.
You can kind of see the fireworks.
I was gonna say probably just around.
Yeah. We watched them from Three Bridges last night. It was great.
That's amazing. This is so delightful. Thank you so much.
Is it? Of course. No, this was kind of. We tried. This place is so popular. Steven tried forever to get it. 2 nights in a row, and we just couldn't. He's like, well, one night. That's all right.
I was just excited when he messaged me and was like, hey, like, you want us to throw in a reservation for an extra spot? I was like, yeah, just for like, I had a place to park and go.
Yep.
I had no idea it was club level. I'm like, this is unbelievable.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Well, this is the only moderate to have this.
Yes.
So it's like, and they've been trying to get. I think there was, in the works trying to do something where specifically the club level here at Coronado could qualify for kind of the extended hours and stuff because you're, in essence paying a deluxe level. They should. They still hasn't come to fruition, but.
I just feel like if you have a club level in general, that's a good rule of thumb. Early entry or whatever.
Or whatever,
works.
yeah. I mean, early entry is for everybody, but the extended
extended
hours
that's what
is, Swan and Dolphin have them, and it's like, not all of Coronado, but just here specifically would be.
And I know that they did that because before the Destino Tower, it was a true moderate. But this, I think that's the only moderate that has suites as well. I think this hotel has 50 suites.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep. No, we stayed at Caribbean a bunch and Riverside because it's 5-person rooms.
Yeah.
So us and 3 kids, we could never bring them here. We've been here a couple times by ourselves, and we came once where we brought a couple friends on kind of an adults trip.
Yeah.
But because our daughters are in Arizona right now, we're like, all right, we'll bring the one remaining kid.
Yeah. Congratulations on all your children. I feel like they're all excelling in their own way right now. That's amazing.
They are. We are. Yes. I mean, they give us equal amounts of grief because they're teenagers.
Well,
but,
that's children's jobs.
There you go. All right. I'm gonna do. This might come back for late night snacking later. This is gonna go back to the room.
I was thinking that the whole time walking to the buffet. I'm like, these are all perfect late night snacks.
I watched, a couple of years ago, right after they brought Happily Ever After back. We came out here to stay for a night, and Steven was able to kind of sweet talk us into the suite they have. It still only sleeps 4, but it's like a king bed with a really nice ensuite bathroom, and then kind of a living area with a pull-out couch. But he wanted to go and film Happily Ever After. It just reopened, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not really feeling it tonight. The crowds and stuff. So I sat in that living room area, and we were looking. It was on the back side of the tower where it kind of overlooks the, Three Bridges and all that down there. But in the distance, you can see the castle. You can see Space Mountain. We can show you.
In our room, you can see that. So on our side, then you can see Magic Kingdom, and you can see the Poly Tower now is part
Bay
of the
Lake
skyline.
Tower. But I sat there, and I could actually see the fireworks in the distance. So it was kind of cool.
Gorgeous.
I mean, they were very small. They were there. But you can see now.
It's just magical to have, and sometimes I forget that I live so close to Disney, so I'll just be going somewhere that's not Disney related, but cutting through Disney property and forgetting, oh yeah, there's fireworks going off all around me. This is incredible.
Yeah.
And it's like just one of those moments like, all right, remember how lucky you are. This is insane.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. No, and I was saying while you were getting
When
something,
we're-
like I always say, to do this, it really only makes sense if you're on a more relaxed pace and you don't need to be in the
Yes.
parks from open to close. Because
Yeah.
otherwise you're never
100%.
going to get your money's worth.
If you're
But-
rope dropping and
People ask me all the time, the first question they ask me was like, Pete, where should I stay when I come down? And I go, it depends what kind of vacation you're looking to have.
Yep.
I said, if you're going to spend all your time in the parks, the resorts are beautiful, but you're paying for the more beautiful and the more things to do. So
Go to Pop Century.
yeah, if you go stay to Pop. Yeah, Pop is a great if you're gonna be in the park. And I was like, but if you're more casual, you're to sleep in, you want to enjoy the hotel and amenities, maybe do some resort hopping. Stay somewhere really nice. If you can swing a club level, or if there's a deal going on.
Yeah. Well, and again, if your room is full, then if you're actually getting food covered for like 4 or 5 people, or
Oh yeah, you factor that in.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, and you actually make use of it, then you can justify it. I think like we're going to be here for 4 days. We're not going to really go in the parks.
No.
Like it's really just we come down a lot of times, just like for
call it the staycation.
We call our Disney staycations, where we just.
Well, we went yesterday, took advantage of the free water park, and went over to Blizzard Beach.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like 6 hours there.
How were the crowds?
It wasn't crazy. We had friends.
More crowded than it normally was before they started the offer, but not, we didn't wait more than 15 minutes for anything.
Oh, okay, that's not bad at all.
That was only a couple things.
Just over the chairlift. That was basically it. Everything else is pretty much. And
maybe,
like Summit Planet was like maybe 10 minutes.
It's more just waiting for the tubes to come up the thing.
Yeah. But no, it's a great offer, and I think Disney realizes, people do show up, especially early in the morning. They have nothing to do. They'd rather have them just go in the park, absorb the admission,
Do you guys need
get them
anything?
to
Yeah,
buy
hopefully spend some.
margaritas,
Yeah, I was gonna say
spend
drinks and food.
beverage.
Yeah.
Do you need anything?
I'm fine.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
And I also want to give you all the heads up. We'll be pulling hors d'oeuvres in about 5 minutes. So please help yourselves to as many hors d'oeuvres as y'all like, and let us know if y'all need anything in the meantime. Please continue enjoy these lovely beverages.
So kind.
Oh my gosh.
So what'd you get?
Yeah. So these are their special for this month. Their sour apple mimosas. So I figured just to show each club level tends to
That's
have like their
fun.
own kind of signature drinks that they do. So this is what they're doing right now. So Boardwalk has fun ones that are like blue with like the little
They're
rubber
blue with the
ducks.
rubber ducky
They basically look like the boathouse drink.
Yeah.
Those are cute. I'm not sure what's in them though.
But no,
They,
we
they
basically
were cuter than they taste.
Blue curacao and a lot of sweet
More
stuff. Yeah.
Instagram worthy than but
Flavors,
those are
but-
actually tasty. And they have just kind of standard mimosas or maybe pog mimosas. But right now it
Pog's
seems
the
to kind of all the
best.
special drinks are kind of champagne based. So
But but we did Blizzard Beach. I feel like from all our stays, because we do come pretty often for out of towners and stuff.
Well, this is a
we-
professional trip.
Yeah, but it is. But we have accumulated probably like 25 rounds of mini golf between every time we go.
Let's go.
So we went to we played the Winterland course this afternoon, but that was nice and it wasn't too bad. But
When do you leave? Are you here Saturday?
We leave Friday night because we got to sing Saturday. So
That's right.
so you can late Friday, assuming the flight goes out. But yeah, but between doing things, going to the water park, playing mini golf, doing resort activities, going to Disney Springs, I mean, you really can make a whole trip before you even go into the parks and stuff, which a lot of people don't realize, or just the resort hopping and the restaurants
Even
and
the
stuff.
fun crafts and stuff too that are resort specific. Those are so much fun too.
Yeah, today they had the mosaic here that they do
I
up
saw
in
the Spanish
Badillo.
mosaic. Yeah, we've done that one. That's a good one. The one thing I haven't done here yet it's always booked whenever I want to go do it is the sangria tasting.
Yeah,
that they do here.
Glenda mentioned on the Sangria University. It's on Saturdays and Sundays at 1:30. Yeah. So you got to register for that. And they have a painting thing that they do here as well.
Yeah, the painting one here, and I believe it's Yacht and Beach, is a little more expensive, but it includes like wine while you paint or something like that.
You got the one like Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's literally called Painting in the Vineyard. Easy to remember.
There you go.
And we've always said, I wish there was a site, and we found one that lists the different resort activities now. We used to have to go wait a few days in, see who photographed them, and put them up online.
Yeah.
But now there's a few websites that are doing it, which is great. So thank you to all of you. I wish I remembered off the top of my head who they were, but I'll link them in the Discord later on tonight. This salad looks good. Oh man.
It's a almond blue cheese salad. Here we go. No, and I was saying, the cast members at this club specifically are like crazy attention. Like,
They're so nice.
They're so nice. And so many, they've been here for a while. Like this is our, I think, 4th or 5th time in the last like 3 years that we've been here, and they remember you. They know all this stuff. We've had things where we're in a rush to get to someplace, and the manager here is like, "We'll get you a minivan," and like we just go down.
No
and they,
way.
And they just
Wow.
pop us a minivan
That's
and send us out.
incredible.
Like I mean, they take care of you. Like
That
It's
That's
like
so
old
nice.
school, it's old school Disney
I
service.
just liked the smile on everyone's face and everyone saying "How are you?" as I'm walking around. I mean, but that's you're totally right when you say old school. We're like, what's his favorite? When he wrote the book about how to be a leader, he was the president of Disney World. Oh my God. No, not CEO, just the president. But he wrote a book about business leadership. But he was the one who like created Disney University. Lee Cockrell. I think. Read that years ago. I might sneak one more snack before they close it up. Do you mind?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, if they're good at it, throw it out.
Oh, you're here. Looking at the chat, see who's all here, who's joined us. Hey, Ben. Hey, Izzo. How's it going? Let's see, Bill. Let me scroll back here. Hey, Ben. Yeah, my oldest is at ASU, so I know how hot it is. I know it was almost 100 yesterday, and our 17-year-old's out visiting her this week. It's actually very nice weather out here in Florida. It's like mid-80s, and it's been dry all week. Let's see who's all here.
I saw you were saying hi. I appreciate that before. I was like, look at Steven doing all the hard work.
I'm just trying.
Doing the Lord's work.
Just keeping up with the chat, as we all...
Keeping up with the chat. I think this one's mine, right?
Yeah. No, and I was telling them too, so the place is open though from 6:30 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. Like, it never shuts.
It's just the food service comes out during
Yeah,
certain
and
hours,
they'll, and in reality, like, they'll get you, if you really want something and say, if it's not part, like, can you get me that? They'll get that and stuff. And it's interesting, each club level does have its own kind of vibe and like what they have or things that they have that's exclusive to them versus others. We haven't done all of them, but we've done a good number of them, like just to try them out.
Yacht and beach one once. I was again a guest of someone who was really nice, and I was blown away because we actually ended up staying and hanging out there for the whole day. And we just go upstairs, just go ask for like a beer or something, go ask for a wine. Like why are you buying rounds? I think we were talking like going to Alien Compass, like to go up to the club level. And I just kept forgetting that you could just come up here.
Yeah.
It really is a game changer for your vacation. The club level is its own vacation on its own. Yes.
It's kind of like a built-in dining plan to a certain extent. Like, it's like taken care of. Like, you know, that's the one thing with the dining plan. You know, if you're going to do a lot of like character meals or all-you-can-eat meals and stuff, then you can kind of dollar and, you know, cost average it and like, or it kind of makes sense with things with how you're doing stuff. But yeah, the club level, if you actually eat the stuff and hang out in the room and eating, and like there's plenty of food and like it's totally elevated, like the courses that they do now.
Delicious.
And each one kind of links up with like the styles go with the theme of the resort and what the restaurants here. So there's a lot of stuff from Toledo and Dahlia and Three Bridges that they bring here.
Name some of the best restaurants.
Yeah, and so like Kilimanjaro Club at Animal Kingdom it's from Sanaa's Kitchen,
that's a cool one.
and it's from Boma, and it's from Jico. It's those same chefs that they just, and so you can get. They have some of the bread service things that get brought up. Grand Floridian does the same thing. So like when the whole thing like strawberry soup came back at Night Hunter Park, it was already in the club level from day one. Like as soon as it had always been there. You just had to be club level, but those same chefs were making all the same stuff downstairs.
An easy win-win for
So it very much lines up. And same thing with Yacht and Beach. It's the Ale and Compass and Yachtsman Kitchens that make all this stuff, and they just bring it up. So it's always great stuff.
And I mean, you book a lot of these. I'm sure it depends on time of year, how many people, what kind of room. But would you say how big is the price jump in comparison to the room itself? Would it be like, let's say, 40% more than what your average room at the same resort is? Because resorts vary in price too, so it's weird to give like a per night price. But
I think it averages about $200 to $300 a night more rack rate. like before discount things.
So if you're spending $350 a night somewhere else, you're looking at you're gonna spend around $700.
Yeah, potentially more. I mean, to give you an idea, so Gran Destino, and so the one interesting thing with Chronos is that Gran Destino is still technically a moderate resort. So the one drawback from being
That's what
here.
we were talking about.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
the
Oh, you
early-
were. Okay.
the
So you're
extended hours.
two night deluxe
Unfair,
guest.
like, yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
we said when we were here one time, there were rumors that they were going to maybe try and get it
they've been
approved.
petitioning. That management has been trying to work with
Well, didn't
Disney.
they want to get rid of the word moderate value and deluxe anyway?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, they recategorized all the rooms and stuff and simplified that, and unified it.
So
But
it's easy if they said if you're at club level, you have these privileges.
yeah, so it's the one place. But yeah, that aspect with the hours. But figure if a Gran Destino room, a standard room in the tower, probably like this time of year at spring break, maybe goes for 400 to 450 a night, like for a standard room.
Okay.
You're paying like 750 to 800 for a club.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
almost
but
double.
so like if you're a single occupant or a couple, you know, versus that's a lot. But if you're a family of 4 staying here and you split it, it's like
And
$50
then also,
a
like you said,
day.
the food alone.
Yeah.
And if you're on vacation, and when I'm on vacation, I like to have some drinks.
Yeah.
Even when we did a full day at the Yacht and Beach, we had the club level. You drank a good amount of
You
drinks
can
as
you
well.
can
on
you
top
can
of the
really
food.
have as much as you want. You can have beers at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they'll bring you what it's out at dinner, but all day it's in the
I
back,
was
and you
gonna
can
say, I'm
ask
pretty
for
sure
it.
we had in our group probably 24 beverages in the course of the day.
Yeah.
And if you average that out of Disney pricing, if you would have paid for that alone,
Oh, yeah.
that's-
No,
No, well, and just even just having like soda all day.
Yeah,
I mean, how much is that in the in the
And
parks?
the Pellegrinos to go too, just to
Yeah.
grab a few
But-
of those and go to
but
the
we do
park.
that-
grab a couple cans of soda, grab a couple Dasanis.
It's amazing.
Well, so a lot of people
Each
do
one
that.
is
So when they're going to the
$5
parks, you'll see people come in with the kids and they grab like a bunch of Uncrustables.
Yep.
They grab
Oh, yeah.
like at the lunchtime stuff and at breakfast they'll have like trail mix things and bags of
Which is
chips
perfect, yeah.
and sodas and bottled water. So you just bring it into the park
Yeah.
and you're all set.
Because
and you
I mean, the monetary value of family of 4, even quick service, if you're
I would say, I think it's
$60,
probably-
$70 at least.
I was gonna say $100 a head is probably what you're saving with club level.
Yes.
If you have at least 2 meals here and a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
It's $100 a head. So if you have a family of 4 and it's 400 more a night, you're getting club level for the cost of a rack room.
these cast members should all be paid more and stuff. But the reality is, just on as a guest thing, we don't pay any gratuity.
Which is
you
wild.
you don't tip. Like that's not a thing. You're not supposed to like leave a 20 or something like that. So you're getting all this food and you're not paying any taxes on it. It's in your room price, but you're not paying any gratuity and things like that. So even just in that alone, with the amount of food and beverage that you're having, and you're not, and that part of it is not part of the cost. So it is definitely a luxury. It's a beautiful amenity. But
I jokingly put on my Instagram the other day, when you get the bar tab after 2 drinks and it says $60 or something like that, and the face you make.
Yeah.
The guy on the White Lotus, but that's true now. So like, even if you wanted to have 2, 3, a couple of drinks, we'll say like 4 drinks is easily $100 at Disney with tax and tip.
Oh, the most basic drinks are $15, $16.
That's what I'm saying. So with tax and tip, you're looking at $20 a drink on average, and some of them more, but I'm saying the average. So I
That
mean,
little sangria flight.
you have 4 or 5 drinks here, that's $100, and that's without even eating everything. Plus all the privileges, these beautiful views, your own private lounge, a better room.
yeah, and like the whole check-in process too. Like at all the club levels, you deal with everything right here. They are your concierge. They get anything that you need. Like you don't deal with downstairs
It's
at
even a
all.
butler. It's unbelievable.
And if like you need, personal items or anything like that, you just let them know, and like they will literally go to the store. I mean, we've never taken advantage of it, but we've heard stories like.
So how hard is it for you guys to go back to regular rooms whenever you stay at a club?
Ugh. I think it's harder for our kids.
Stay with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
They've gotten
sure.
very
Yeah.
spoiled. They're like, where's our lounge?
So-
there's no lounge in Caribbean.
So our
Sorry.
so
Maybe we get some food. Do you have any money?
yeah, exactly. Well, and so here's the other thing with the club level. It's almost like the express pass, like at Universal. So a lot of times, like if someone's staying at Universal, I'll say, and Brandi would know this, spend one night at a premiere
Yeah.
to get the express pass from beginning of your day check-in to end of day checkout.
2 days.
A lot of times we will just do one night at club, like intentionally, because like we don't want to spend all the money, or we want to be in the parks. But when you do one night at club, if you can get here early enough,
You can get 2 days worth.
You get 2 days worth of food. So you get here you can get 7 a.m. breakfast all the way through. Like we have a 10 p.m. flight on Friday, but like if we had a 10 p.m. flight tomorrow night or whatever, we don't know if we're gonna be able to.
It's those little Disney hacks that will save you so much money.
Yeah, but like you literally can get the entire day. You check out 11, just like you can come back to the pool or whatever. You can come back here even if you're checked out and use the services of club all
You said it
day.
opens at 6:30. You came in here for an early breakfast, did a rope drop, did 3-4 hours in the park, came back, jumped in the pool, grabbed a bite to eat up here, went back to the park till fireworks, came back and grabbed a little something after.
Well, especially summer hours when things are open later, or like
Yeah.
this type of week when the hours are
A
later.
lot of
and
people
stuff.
do that. I mean, it was more crowded in here right at 5 o'clock on the dot for dinner than it was at 6:30 which surprised me. But everybody's going back.
I'll just say grab dinner and then you got
Going back for
3 more
fireworks.
hours until fireworks.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, and especially and we've done Poly. Poly is pretty amazing. Poly's nice because Poly is it's like the whole building that Hawaii.
One of the
it's
long-
it's
one of
the
the long
Hawaii
houses.
building that's right along the beach. So it's right
Oh, yeah,
across
yeah.
from the bungalows.
Yeah.
So it's
Wasn't it the Kamehameha building?
well, that's the name of the club.
Oh, the Kamehameha,
but the
okay,
Hawaii
yes.
building,
Oh, yes.
that building is all club level rooms. You scan your band to get in that building in of itself, but then it's a 2-story room. But yeah, they turn out the lights. They will play Happily Ever After in there. But it's so close. That food is pretty amazing too there.
Yeah, it's cool.
But in reality, you're gonna spend double almost club level at Poly versus here. So like Chronos is really one of they really have the best service. And yes, you don't get those 2 extended hours, but the cost here at Chronos at Gran Destino is still
Yeah.
2/3 to half, depending on the time of year, versus getting club level at Grand or Poly.
And like you guys said, if you're coming with a family of 4, that's almost paying itself off anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the Poly's nice. We've, they're all slightly different. The Poly, the one thing is it's a lot of little kids, so it is noisier, and you do have the room is much smaller. Sorry, and so it's very difficult to
club
find a
level
place.
Yeah,
the
so
club
like,
level room,
if
like finding a
this-
place to sit.
So compared to
can be
this
really
club
difficult.
level room, what size would you say? Half, 2/3, a third of this space?
2/3. There is a second level to it.
It's
There's a
that
second
one
level
room,
where the
and there was
TV
like just tables. I don't know.
It gets pretty crowded. But
I'd
there's
say
many-
half the seating, maybe.
There's many more club level rooms though, because it's a whole building
Yeah.
at Poly versus here. It's really just the 15th and the 14th floor of Gran Destino, which is really not that many rooms because this includes like residential suites and things like that. So I don't know the exact number, but the number of rooms here. Grand probably has the biggest because they have like 2 floors of club. And you saw that.
Oh,
The
yeah,
one with
yeah.
Robert.
Yeah.
So that there's a lot of space to spread out there.
But there wasn't, I wouldn't say as much. That was nice. Like there was a nice spread, a ton of food and drink, and beautiful cordials and stuff. But it didn't feel like there was a place where people would stop and hang out. It felt more like everyone grabbing and going to their room kind of thing.
Where was this at?
At Grand.
The Grand.
Oh.
It's because it's
If
like
you
almost
go-
like it's almost like you're walking down the hallway and you ran into a big food hall. You grab some stuff and you keep moving.
If you go downstairs right below where the food is, there was kind of like couches and
there's some
things. And there's some
tables, yeah.
board games and things. And
But it's like, you do have to walk down that
Yeah.
staircase.
It's a totally different
yeah,
vibe.
It's
Yeah.
a very different. Yes, it's
Well,
very,
and-
it's very
and-
Grand Floridian.
It's very good for
Yeah.
and
For now.
Yeah. Well, and people, like you said, there where you're so close to Magic Kingdom and get on the monorail, people do just grab their stuff and
Yeah.
go to the parks. Here, this is an executive type hotel in this building, especially and stuff. So this
This
clientele
feels where
is
things
a little
happen. I
bit
mean, this
different.
is one of the best conventions. So for those who don't know, Gran Destino, as part of Disney's Coronado Springs, when it opened back in, I believe, well, the tower opened in 2019. This opened in the 90s.
The 90s, yeah.
Yeah. But it was, at the time, one of the largest convention centers inside of a hotel, and it's still one of the largest in the southeastern United States. I think the ballroom alone is over 60,000 square feet for one room, and then they have another 45 rooms around it that can be attached and detached. So it is tremendous. So you do get a lot of business here. This is where a lot of executives will come through. That's why this Gran Destino Tower is the first time they had suites inside of a monorail, and they built 50 new suites in this Gran Destino Tower.
Yeah, and this is you can tell this was like the lounge where all the NBA players
Yeah.
hung out and stuff.
yeah.
LeBron
during
stayed in the presidential suite. Yeah. There's great videos of them just hanging out in the Mayan pyramid pool, just like going down slides. All the ice baths outside the Gran Destino
No,
Tower.
a decade ago, before the Skyliner, Riverside was 100% the most popular moderate. Everybody loved Riverside, and now It's
Now it's Caribbean Beach
Caribbean
because of
the
Skyliner.
Skyliner.
and here because of the vibe. Like they totally turned both of these.
Well, once this gets the Skyliner station, I think this is gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
and
know.
our
Which is
biggest thing,
unfortunate.
we love it here. The biggest thing that Caribbean Beach has going for it, and what the Bayou area did at Riverside was their 5-person
Oh, the 5
rooms.
people room, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's only 4-person. That's why we only come here when we have
What do those floor plans look like?
where.
The 5-person room.
It's it's either 2 queen beds and then that pull down trundle.
In place of like a dresser.
The new Little Mermaid rooms have it where it's the queen bed and the pull down Murphy bed.
Okay.
And then again, one of those just pull
Yeah,
down
the
trundles
chest,
that's under the
yeah.
TV that's a little bit smaller than the full size bed that's in the 5-person rooms in a deluxe, like a yacht, beach,
Yeah.
Contemporary.
contemporary,
Have the
poly, and stuff. Where
Impossible
those are the
Trundle.
sofa beds that like fold down.
They're Incredibles. The Incredibles.
The Incredibles rooms are contemporary.
But it's like a whole sofa that just pulls down into like a full twin with like a real mattress. I mean, it
Yeah.
was.
So
you know,
those
you could easily sleep
5-person
an
rooms in the
adult.
deluxe are a little bit more substantial than a 5-person.
But you could sleep an adult on those. You can't really sleep an
Or you
adult
could be
on
me
those.
because
Well,
I'm my height and I slept on the age 9
I'll sleep anywhere.
thing.
I've slept on Disney floors before. They just give me a comfort, I'll be fine.
So our fun fact was the first place we stayed at Disney as adults. I grew up going to the parks and stuff and stayed at a lot of places, but was here at Coronado. We came to a singing program.
2001.
Yeah, right
We came
before
as a-
summer of 2001.
We were a dating couple,
Yeah.
and we were here for actually a conference for a.
For a singing conference, we actually did master class. We worked with Tony Randall.
Oh, wow.
Tony Randall was in, and we at Coronado in the thing, and then we did stuff in the parks and stuff like that.
Yep.
And it was through our university. We went to Northwestern, and they have a big music theater and opera program and stuff, and so they had a bunch of us come down.
Yep.
and,
We were the first year of that program. In later years, they had the kids who went to the program were actually performing in the big pavilion in America.
Yeah,
Oh,
but they
that's
had to stay,
cool.
like in the college program housing, and like they kind of they were like, we got to stay in like nice rooms here and got like
That's
some
amazing.
tickets and just got to
You
kind of
know,
live
like
it up and have some.
young
I'm trying to think, what were the parks like? What was big in the parks then?
Well, Animal Kingdom had just opened a few years.
Oh, yes, that was still the new
Everest was
park.
still-
Everest was
being
being
built.
constructed when we were here.
Wow.
And MGM, as it was back then, still had.
I think it was still MGM.
It was still MGM.
Yeah.
No, because then we didn't come back until we started
We had
bringing our
time off.
kids in
We had-
2012. So a decade later.
Holy
so a lot was
cow.
different.
2010. Oh,
No,
2010.
no, that was
2010
Disneyland. Yeah.
No, we had a whole. I mean, I grew up coming to the parks. I think my first visit was in '78.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 1.
All right.
And my family came out pretty regularly. We stayed at like Contemporary. We came for the opening of the Grand Floridian. We came out for the
That's
opening of-
cool.
We came out for the
Like
opening of
90 or
Beach
whatever
Club
it was.
and stuff. But then we had college and stuff, and we didn't really come out.
No.
And we came out to sing, but then we had to finish grad school and kids and all that type of stuff. And then we came out in 2010
Yep.
when our girls were like toddlers, and then took a year off because we had Xander. But then since then, we've basically
Come every year.
many times.
I was gonna say a few visits. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of years we were going. We'd come here one year, then we'd go out to California the next. But now we've just kind of been coming here, and
So have you guys done any international parks yet?
No,
Oh.
we would love to.
I've been to. I spent a summer singing in Japan, but
A whole summer?
Sapporo, though, not
Oh.
so it was I stayed like in the Olympic Village.
Was
I think.
there a Tokyo? When was Tokyo Disney?
Yeah.
When was it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
But I spent like a night in Tokyo. But, yeah, but we've never been to the international.
Oh.
So that's
Yeah, it's the
Dying to
dream.
go to
It's the
Disney
dream.
Sea. Have you been there?
I would love.
Someday.
We're talking about. Yeah, we'll see.
One of our daughters wants to go to Paris, and I was like, "Oh, we could go." She's like, "Don't say Disney in Paris." I'm like, "Yes."
Once they finish that Lion King ride, maybe I'll go over to Paris. That looks pretty incredible. For those who haven't seen it, they just announced a water attraction. It looks a lot like Splash Mountain, just with the Lion King. But it does look really cool, and I'm a huge Lion King fan, so give me more Lion King.
So right now, as Disney travel advisors, we can't book anything beyond the domestic parks. They're all so.
Oh. Is that because other companies?
they're all
Yeah,
run
because
by-
they run as separate things. I mean, just like I can't book a Canadian or someone from the UK, like they have their own packages.
Agents, yeah.
And
Oh.
like, there's certain discounts, like UK gets to
UK?
stay in Orlando, or Canadians get.
Man, they get 2-week tickets for like the price of 1 week. They get all the like with meal plans and all this.
Oh, I know when
They're
it's
real
their spring break or
incentives.
their holiday because they're all here.
They're
I
all
love it
here.
because everyone in line is like, hello.
Yeah, and obviously all the South American packages, especially
Yeah.
pre-COVID, you know. the
Oh, yeah.
Brazilian
In the
packages,
winter,
We-
when it's their
flags and
summer.
We love Viva Brazil in the house. Yeah.
So,
But there are a lot of, they really incentivize them to come and
But
offer great packages that we don't have
yeah,
access
but
to,
obviously,
sadly.
Oriental Land Company still owns obviously all the Tokyo stuff, but Disney now owns Paris.
Yeah.
So
Well, they bought back the majority. Well, they own like 95% or something like
so
that.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping that at some point, then, you know,
Yeah,
we could
cut us
have
a break,
more access
yeah.
and stuff, and then maybe some of my travel agent things and stuff that we get for the domestic.
Maybe they incentivize us a little bit. We can go over there. Yeah.
So that's always the hope. But
Southwest would have to fly there first, though.
well,
Although they're taking back bags fly free, so
I
now,
know.
yeah,
my spirit.
it's a long
Frontier.
flight. I take Frontier. I take Frontier to New York almost every trip because they're in my tiny little airport on Long Island. So it's always a gamble. I tell everybody, they're like, how do you even deal with them and all the issues? I'm like, guys, 8 out of 10 times it's a normal airline,
Yeah.
but you pay for that 20% of issues.
I had a 20% thing happen literally today. I had
A $19 ticket.
I bought a $19 ticket.
Okay, yep,
nonstop
yep.
Chicago to Phoenix, and it just got canceled. And now all of a sudden, there's no more nonstops from
This is like,
Midway
really?
to.
Yeah, that's see, classic Frontier.
So
Same thing. I'm flying them next weekend or the weekend after New York, and it was the same thing. I got round trip for I think it was like $69, something like that.
Yeah.
So I can't beat it to New York and back. So you just have to hope that everything goes well. But like I booked early morning flights for both, so that way if either one is delayed, I have the whole day to catch next flight, next flight.
I always, you know, for all the flack that Southwest gets, and like they should get plenty right now. And stuff, but we have the rewards card and things like that, but I always book backup flights with points with Southwest because I can cancel it.
And then you
till
get
10
all the points
minutes-
back.
Till 10 minutes
We're
before.
like,
Brilliant.
oh, our Frontier flight is leaving.
Look at
Cancel
you.
the other one.
You literally are your own insurance company. I love.
So I went on and I booked the thing with the
Amazing.
with points, and I'll hold on because we literally have things where we are taxiing out on a Spirit or Frontier flight.
As soon as the
and
flight-
as soon
Yeah.
as I know we're beginning to accelerate, I hit cancel.
Smart because I have sat on tarmac for a long amount of time.
There are always people waiting on standby who will take those tickets. So
Yeah.
you know they'll fill it.
Oh, they
for
offer it all the
much more
time.
money than-
We get offered. I mean, but it's Frontier points. But they'll give you like, who wants 70,000 points to take a different flight?
We flew out here at Spirit and they were offering $500 vouchers.
Wow.
But it was like a 6-hour delay, and we're like, that's gonna kill our home.
Yeah.
We promised our kid the water park. We're like, yeah, we can't do that.
Totally different when you're coming to Disney too, as opposed to going home. We were like, I'll stay in the Orlando airport a little bit longer for credit, but I'm not going to take time away from Disney.
Yeah. Or even stay here. I mean, you know.
I have to like ensure that I'm going to spend $1,000 on Spirit Airport
Yeah.
next year.
All you have to do is carry 2 bags.
We literally fly with the, we came out here in the whatever
Yeah, we
fit
can
under
show
the
in our
seat.
room our Disney Frontier-shaped bags.
It literally, it's like right into that.
Lauren and I do
fit,
the same thing.
like
We
the
either
glove.
A, share one carry-on, or B, we both have the exact maximum size backpacks you're allowed to bring on.
Yep.
And we pack them out all the way. We sit on them, zipper them up, and then we pay $0 for luggage altogether, or we pay for one bag and split it for the $100.
Kate's travel hack, we buy neck pillows. We take out the insert of the neck pillows.
Oh my
and we
God,
stuff
this is
clothes.
genius.
She rolls up clothes.
This
pajamas
is genius.
inside
What
the
a
neck.
travel hack.
I can fit like 3 outfits in my neck.
For sure, yeah.
I just walk on with it around my neck.
It works as a pillow.
I can put my underwear and socks for a week in that thing. Yeah, forget about it.
It's really. We flew our daughter out to Phoenix when she left yesterday, and she was trying to fit stuff in her bag. I was like,
That
"Let me
is
take care of
brilliant.
it." 'Cause she had a couple pairs of socks stuffed in there. I'm like, no.
This is like the first time somebody told me like the mouthwash trick on cruises. I was like, brilliant. the neck pillow.
Should we go and we'll
Yeah.
crash Xander
We
in
don't
our
spread
room
that one
and
too far
come do the
wide,
tour?
or else-
No.
So then we can come back for desserts and stuff like that. which
Everyone be
all of a sudden is
cool.
gonna Be in 40 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
well,
Look
I
at
promised
that.
him I would take him to the pool, so and I got to then get back by 9.
I'm gonna take a stack of.
I love it. I might ask for a few as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Of the crumble.
There's so many.
Oh, okay. So I'll grab when I come back up later. All right.
I'll be over there in a second.
I'll leave you there.
Let him know. Text him and let him know.
All right, I'll tell Xander we're coming.
Yeah, we'll give them a heads up.
Yeah.
I might. Do they still have stuff over there? I'm gonna grab something to drink for the walk and save this for the walk.
You get stuff in the case.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. No, that's perfect. Look how cool this is. We showed the games before. I just love how like elegant everything is. Even the tic-tac-toe. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. All right, let's see. Is the espresso still on or no?
Yes, we're just having an issue and we're trying to fix it, but it's working just fine.
It's okay. I don't want to disturb it.
This side
Oh, so is that okay if I do this or
We're
not?
having a problem. We like switched the problem to this machine, and so now we're just having a problem on this side. But no one's using this side, so we're okay.
I'll take the good one. It's fine. I can be a test patient too. It's fine.
No, we're learning something that
Ooh.
I was running the hot water over there to make sure it was draining, and it was coming out in this one.
Wow. Telepathic coffee machines? It's amazing.
Okay, now the problem's over here, but at least it's over here on the non-working.
That is true Disney magic. You hit the water here, it comes out over there.
It was really weird.
Here you go.
Hi, Dawn.
I think it's okay.
Hey, Lizette.
No, I think
And
it's
Cameron and Izzo, Suzanne. All right. This is the never-ending drip. I don't want to keep dripping.
We don't
Come
know what
on.
happened the other side.
Thank you so much. We got some magazine and books down here. And a pin board.
Xander, are you gonna say hello to everybody? No.
Hi, Xander. How cool is club level? It's the best. Have 45 those bocadillos for me.
Yes, there you go.
Here's the story of Chronos. The short film Destino showcases the historic collaboration between Walt Disney and Salvador Dali. The film explores the love between Dahlia, a mortal woman, and Chronos, an immortal personification of time. Their story is told through animation that blends the abstract imagery and surreal landscapes of a Dali painting with the visual storytelling of Disney and our man John Hench. Hench is a legend. Look at all these cool pins. All right.
That's fine, yep.
See you real soon.
I see it.
All right.
So a lot of times we get to stay in 9536 signature services, and that's a deluxe suite.
I'm curious why they number them 95, but you're on floor
Yeah, I never quite get that.
15. That's going to confuse somebody.
You can go to the end of the hallway.
Oh, I see Animal Kingdom stuff.
Yeah, if you're on this side of the tower looking this way, you can see Animal Kingdom, but from our room, you can't right there. From here, you
I just love the bright colors on the floors and the walls, too.
Yeah.
As Lauren says, nice pops of color. Look at this. Sweet Sassy Molassie. There is Expedition Everest. You can see the Tree of Life just to the right of it. The floating mountains of Pandora just to the left. That slingshot is actually over at Margaritaville, which is just on the other side of just outside the Disney lines. And then Animal Kingdom Lodge right over there, just underneath the sun. Look how beautiful. And this resort, gorgeous. There's 3 bridges. All right, let's look at a room here.
So this is just a standard room here.
Standard club level room. Sliding door. Nice big bathroom with another pocket door, so there's some privacy. I love the original soaps.
Yes.
Nice big shower.
Yeah.
Tall. I see what the NBA players like it here.
Yeah. We said it's kind of weird having a toilet room here, but then you have to shower people at the same, so you can't really have 2 people use this at the same time. But
Or it's like once you're in the restroom, it's like you can't come out unless you knock to get out.
exactly, we left this up just.
I love this.
posterity.
Look at this. We might have to rename the channel. Adventures by Noon and Carney Party.
Yeah.
And look at this. Beautiful views. So off to the right,
I love what the egress plan is.
beautiful. Well, I mean, just the view of the resort is gorgeous too.
Yeah.
So there's 3 bridges. There's the Mayan pool, the main pool.
You can see back there, straight ahead is Contemporary and Space Mountain.
Yeah, right?
And if you look to the left of the electrical tower thing, then you can see way in the distance Grand Floridian.
Grand Floridian and the Island Tower.
And the Island Tower is there.
And we scan to the right. You can see the Contemporary. We're kind of like looking into it where the monorail goes through. And just to the left of that, that white bubble is Space Mountain. And if we super zoom a little bit more, you can see. But yeah, the fireworks. This is
You
technically
see how
firework
they wrapped it
viewing.
right there.
And you can see all the land Disney owns, and their solar fields are out over here, for those who want to know. Some of them. 2 of Disney parks are completely run on solar. And they have this faux grass right outside the lobby. We'll show you that in a little bit. This is gorgeous at night, too.
Yeah.
Watching the sunset right here. 3 Bridges, great restaurant. You're a fan, too, right? Everyone I talk to is a
Big
fan.
time. Yeah.
We love 3 Bridges. Only critique, they have weird hours. I wish they
But
were
we
open.
like the late hours. So like,
Yeah.
if you're coming in late,
After the parks, quote unquote, yeah.
It's one of the only places you can get like entrees till midnight. in the
Really?
park.
That late?
They're open till midnight, and you get the full menu. Because even though a lot of places, even like Abracadabra, like some of them.
Yeah, they do like a
they'll
late
open
night
till
bites.
10,
Yeah.
But then it's just drinks, maybe even till 11 or 12. Like you can actually get.
I didn't realize it was that late because I know we came back once after the parks. It was probably like 10 and we split a burger and it was amazing because we were on the water. It was a cool, warm night and we split a burger and it was just gorgeous.
Yeah, no, 4:30 till 12 at 3 Bridges. And I mentioned while you were getting food, new menu coming next week. We got told. So, and they keep changing it up, but we love 3 Bridges. And it's the one kind of lounge restaurant you can still use your AP at too. Another tip, because a lot of
Oh.
the lounges you can't use your AP.
That is true,
So,
yeah.
and they still consider themselves a full restaurant.
A sit-down restaurant, yeah. Which is great, yeah, because they have a cool little bar spot too. And they also have delicious sangria flights that are fantastic.
Got that last night.
Here, we've walked this many times. I love this resort. But there's 3 other neighborhoods besides the tower. We're in the Gran Destino Tower. You could see 2 out of the 3. The other one's by the convention center. This is the
Cabanas.
The cabanas are over here.
And the
Then
ranchos.
ranchos and the casitas are all the way behind us. Casitas are, I believe, what? One of them is only 2 stories. So I think the cabanas are 2-story. These are 4 stories, and the other one's 3-story.
Yeah,
They're all different stories.
There's some elevators in the casitas, and I think maybe in the ranchers. There are no elevators in the cabanas. The casitas, for the most part, are considered preferred. So you're going to pay a little extra unless if you get a standard room. A lot of times you can request casita, and they'll give it to you, and you don't pay the preferred rate.
Oh, that's amazing.
But I can't guarantee that, but that's kind of an
Yeah.
insider trick on things. Because if you just pay preferred, you're gonna be there.
Yeah, I remember back when I was booking trips. This is 10 years ago, but on touring plans had a room request form where they would do it for you. You could put in, and they would send the email to Disney for you. I don't even know if they still do it, but
I'll show you.
oh, the perfect Spirit Frontier bag.
This is exactly the 18 by 12 by 4 dimension.
This is what Lauren's looking for an next trip. She's like, I want to find one.
We got them clearance at Costco. We have Star Wars. We have a Mickey and a mini version of it. They come with a full-size carry-on too, but these are great.
That's
They literally
amazing.
Like a glove
That's perfect.
going in there. So
That's what I have to buy.
that's that. And the one thing with club level you always kind of get is you get robes to use and slippers, club level slippers.
Very nice.
But-
You get a nice mirror. Hi, everyone. That's
Yes,
me.
yeah. Grand Floridian is the only one that actually has themed actual Grand Floridian slippers. Everybody else
There's
is
are those the slippers or are those?
no, those
oh,
are
okay.
just Kate's.
Nice slippers though.
We don't need-
Coffee machine in the room. You get your Keurig, a couple of snacks as well. Look at this. You got Miss
This is all from
Vicky's.
lunch and stuff. You get things like they have Rice Krispie treats.
That's
you
so
can
much
grab
fun.
Unlimited.
You got the Hey Mickey, you're so fine.
Yes.
The Mickey version of Alexa. All right. Yeah, this is
But
beautiful.
The theming of the lamps, they do the same. kind of
So
theming
cool.
of the bells, like the lobby.
I like it.
Yeah.
And you get club level.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. Look at Everest just staring at us. It's beautiful. And above us, I guess, would be Dahlia, right?
Yeah. That is on that side.
Yeah.
Where is on this side? You want to go up to there, or you want to go downstairs? Around that resort?
Dealer's choice. It's up to you. What do you think? Yeah, we can go down. We are going to lose service in the elevator, so everyone just give us a second, hit refresh, come right back. Also, this is the only Disney resort that has this type of elevator system where you select your floor before getting on the elevator, and the elevator goes directly to that floor. It is an Otis trademarked elevator. They were pretty innovative when they put this in. All right, so we are on the lower level. The main lobby is just one level above us. I love this lower area. So that's your check-in area, your main lobby where your valet lets you off. Down here, you have the Barcelona Lounge. In the morning, a delicious coffee bar. In the afternoon, it's a gin bar. Although they have a full bar, you can do anything you want, beer, wine, soda, and all your cocktails. But they are known for their large gin selection. They have make-your-own gin drinks. It's fan-friggin' delicious. I love the art with Walt and Disney on this side. And I believe that this is Dahlia. I think one of the best espresso martinis is actually here. Someone was asking me the other day where the best espresso martini on Disney is. And this has got to be one of my top three. Because one, it's a coffee bar. They use real stuff. It is absolutely incredible. So if you're into espresso martinis, this might be the spot for you. And this is open until midnight as well.
Yeah. And they do good breakfast drinks. They do a lot of cool, like, seasonal, like, horchatas and different things that they do here.
I find the bartenders are really cool, too. Yeah, they do a lot of fun stuff. The bartender's like, oh, you want to try something crazy? Or can we get out this way, too? Yeah. Thanks, everybody's hit the like button. We're only 15 likes away from 100. I appreciate that. I promised a sunset, and look at this. Look at the clouds.
This guy's perfect at night.
Oh, there's a nice warm breeze, but it's not too hot. Absolutely gorgeous. And look at this fun hangout area. They got the faux grass. They got the checkers, the chest, and the full-size fire pit here. At night, they'll light this up. Yeah, you're not joking. What a night. This is gorgeous. So to the right, the cabanas. Those are that two-story building we were talking about. To the left, you go to the ranchos. Also, the dig site is the large swimming pool. Every little, we'll call it community or section of the hotel and resort has its own pool as well. We call them quiet pools, although they're not really quiet pools. Kids are there hanging out, having a good time. But quiet pools, because the main pool will have your DJ, your recreation. Another thing that people don't really talk about, but if we're helping you out with some vacation tips, is if you stay at one of the resorts like here at Caribbean Beach where they have those satellite pools, there is a closing time, but they never close and lock the gates. If you are polite and quiet, Disney security will not bother you.
Yeah.
So you can essentially...
If you are quiet,
yeah,
then it is open the whole night.
The whole night. So you can't sleep or you have a late night at extended hours, you come back, you want to just kind of float, you can quietly go in there.
We've been in there well past midnight.
Yeah. It's magical. We've done it. I mean, look at this sunset. Yeah, I remember we've come back, we've grabbed the bottle of wine from the room, just sat in the pool at 12:31 in the morning where it's just us, and just thought about our day. How cool was this? How cool was that? What do you want to do tomorrow? Here's one of the pools. So these are these quote-unquote quiet pools we were talking about. You can see that nobody's really here right now. Oh, never mind. That child reminded me that there was somebody here. What's nice about the cabanas area, you're pretty close to the buses. You're close to the Gran Destino Tower. You're close to the dig site. You get this nice beach area with the hammocks. But as we were saying upstairs, I would say the rooms people typically want would be the casitas.
Yeah, because a little bit closer to the Americano and stuff. We actually stayed in the cabanas last night, partially because it's close to the tower. So,
yeah.
Because we've done it where, we stay in a standard room one night, but then we're checking into club, and so technically we might have our stuff still in one of these rooms, but we're close by to the lounge that we can
just walk it. Yeah, that's amazing.
We did an amazing couple of last year.
we were in Boardwalk Club, but for one night, but then moved over to Beach Club.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, and just walk
then,
over.
So then we were able to use Stormalong Bay all day.
And the club level. Wow, what a vacation hack.
At Boardwalk at the same time.
That is amazing.
And we've done it with Caribbean Beach and like Boardwalk too, or things like that. So then you can kind of get access. You're staying at
That's
one
brilliant.
level of resort, but you still get the access to the other stuff.
Especially Stormalong Bay, for those who don't know, is the yacht and beach pool. It's the most popular pool on Disney property. It's got the sand bottom, the beach volleyball, the lazy river. But they are very, very protective on who goes in that pool area because everyone talks about it. So they will check your magic band and then wristband you for the day. So to have the privileges of the best pool and then just to walk along the boardwalk and have club level is insane. Best of both worlds. And you could walk the other direction and walk right in out of Epcot if you wanted to. That's where we were just looking out from the Gran Destino Tower.
We love it here at Christmas time too, when it's all lit up.
Oh,
red and
the
green.
red and green?
And
Yeah.
And you can see the tree.
When I was looking through pictures for my thumbnail tonight, I came across the red and green one. I was like, oh, this is so pretty. Fun fact, the Gran Destino Tower and when Lauren and I moved here are the same month and year. July 2019. This tower has the same Florida residence amount of time as me.
And when the tower first opened, it kind of got a bad rap to a certain extent because it was tall and it wasn't quite the same Disney theming.
Yeah, well, it was the
some of
first big
resorts.
tower to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now everybody loves it. And I mean, it's very distinct in its architecture and the styles inside and stuff. And it's definitely kind of assimilated within the rest of the resort pretty well.
It makes a ton of sense. I mean, from Disney's standpoint too, you have the largest convention center on your property here. You have a ton of executives and CEOs, and they were all staying at other places because there wasn't any quote unquote fancy enough rooms here. So it's like, why not build this tower, put in 50 suites? You know, these presidential suites are unbelievable. And now these companies can come and utilize the whole property. I know there's some companies that buy out the whole resort sometimes. Crazy. Because what, there's, how many rooms here? It's one of the biggest ones. I think, I even looked it up this morning.
Now that the rooms have all been redone, I mean, they are a little bit more uniform than they used to be because
Yeah.
there was individual stylings between the three buildings. But they're very nice and they're well appointed. And as much as some of us old schoolers love all the theming, there is a certain aspect of just the amenities that people want.
Yeah.
And Disney knows that. And especially for conventions and things like that, they needed places that could kind of be well appointed.
Yep.
Like resorts off property. So.
And now the towers are going up everywhere. We have this one, they put up the island tower, and now, and I'm want to know how they're going to pull this off with a campground theme. But the campground is getting, I believe, a 10-story tower.
Speaking of, you can smell the campfire that's going on.
Yeah.
The s'mores are going on right now at the dig site.
I love the dig site pool area. There's a beach volleyball, a big playground, an arcade, lockers and showers. They got a big hot tub, a water slide, the Jaguar slide. It's like the perfect smell of chlorine and fire. It smells like summer on Long Island. Little beach volleyball going on here. We've had some epic games. There's your large hot tub. I remember during COVID, they would only let a certain amount of people in the pool area, so there was a line wrapped around here.
Yeah.
And for every 2 people that came out, they let 2 people in.
Yeah.
It was a wild time. But this is the larger pool. The dig site, the Jaguar slide, you go up to it on the right-hand side of the pyramid, come out right there. During the day, they'll do recreation and there'll be a DJ and games. That takes place over by the wading pool for the little infants. They have some shady seating over here. And I don't mean shady in a bad way, where, like me, I tan quite quickly, if you want to call it tanning. So I like sitting over there sometimes. And then I was talking about there's this fun recreation area. When my brothers came down, we kind of hung out here for an afternoon on a non-park day because they have table tennis, some pool. They got the Siestas Cantina, full bar, and you could order some food, pick up your food right here as well. They just redid this playground as well. It's great, and like I said, these locker rooms, the Iguana Arcade is right through these doors, and the locker rooms are great. I love a place where you could shower afterwards. Showers, towels, everything provided, including the very important space outside of a shower before you're in the general public to dry off and get ready. But yeah, this is a great pool area.
I saw a comment. Rosita said that sometimes the complaints are that it's too far from everything, and I totally get it because it is only bus transportation. But actually, the fun fact with Coronado, if you actually look at the map and actually do the distance, it actually, on average, is the closest to all 4 parks of any resort on property.
I believe that also because the traffic is some of the best. When you leave here, you almost hit no lights, where a lot of resorts you'll have lights.
Yeah.
If you're going to Animal Kingdom, you pull out, you just keep making rights, and you're at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, but like, it's somewhat equidistant, you're close, because obviously if you're up by the monorail resorts, you're so far from Animal Kingdom. But in actuality, Coronado is relatively centrally located.
I would agree with that. Yeah, if you look at a map, it's probably, if you put a pin in the middle, it wouldn't be too far from here. Yeah, probably right between, I bet you, I'm trying to look at a map, right between here and Hollywood Studios, where they used to launch the fireworks for studios. Left or straight, left or right?
Show them Three Bridges.
Let's go to Three Bridges. Yeah, perfect.
There's not a whole lot over there. We can go through the casitas and all that kind of stuff.
Also, rumor has it that this is going to get a Skyliner station in the near future. And I think once that happens, this place is going to blow up.
They need to build another building.
Yeah, we'll put up another tower over here. And in terms of everything, it's kind of far from things. I get, like, if your building is that one and you want to go to the, you know, the food court cafeteria, they call it the Mercado here. It is a bit of a hike, but ever since they installed these bridges, it has taken your commute time down. But in terms of getting to the parks, there are several bus stops. You don't have to go all the way to the front.
No.
There's bus stops all around the entire loop. So it's not like you have to walk, you know, a half a mile to get to a bus stop.
The loop of the resort is almost the same time as going to the parks half
Yeah.
the time in all reality.
For the stop and go.
Caribbean Beach is kind of like that, or like Saratoga.
Same thing, yep.
Where you have a bunch of spread out stops.
Although, fun fact, if you're at Caribbean Beach and you're near the Riviera, just go to the Riviera, get on their bus.
Exactly.
Here's Three Bridges, Villa del Lago. A line, something we've become accustomed to seeing here.
Yeah, there was about a 90-minute wait list, but we got called in about 45 minutes last
Wow.
night. But we just put our name on in the room and got called.
Which is amazing. Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to eat here, come here first, get on the list, and then just walk around and explore.
Yeah. But the food is great here. The ambiance, if the weather's good, you really can't beat
Like
it.
a night like tonight, there's a beautiful breeze. It's outdoor, indoor, outdoor. And that big bar is in the middle. We've gone in here before and showed everyone. And you're literally over the water. It's gorgeous.
You go down in here.
Sorry, I've been dropping the ball in the chat here. Let's see. Jon Thorn and Glenn, what's going on? Rosita, so she stayed at Coronado. Nice place, love Three Bridges. Far from the rest of Disney. I mean, I think that really, again, depends on where you're going. And I think what we were saying is that we've also now become spoiled that so many resorts have that second means of transportation. That instead of a bus, you can go, all right, let's go hop on the Skyliner, let's go hop on the monorail, let's hop on a boat. I mean, Animal Kingdom Lodge is beautiful, but I think that would be the furthest to get to any other park besides Animal Kingdom.
And you still only have buses at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I mean, between here and there, that's probably, if I had to think of one resort that would take the longest to get to all the other resorts, it's probably that. But you do have the beauty of Animal Kingdom Lodge. I mean, you're waking up in paradise. Come on, Gimbal. Don't say, Rosita, you're at Wilderness Lodge. Lost the fort unless you want to go camping. And I know you don't want to camp. Wilderness Lodge is gorgeous too. But again, these are deluxe resorts we're talking about compared to, this is still technically a moderate, which is great.
You can get room discounts and stay in one of these rooms for just over $200,
which is
for Disney is
really, yeah, that's a great deal for Disney. I was going to say, you're paying Pop Century prices to stay here. What is Pop? Pop's on average 200 a night? If you took the average of the year?
Overall, yeah, probably. Here, you're going to spend, on average, for a standard room, $200 to $300 if you can get a discount. And the key is always, as the travel agent, you know, if you know where you want to go, book the room even before the discount is there, because then you can modify or have your agent go modify for you and get those discounts before they get taken up, because they only allot a certain amount of rooms for the discounts.
Another reason why you should use a travel agent. And also, from what I was told, is that if you do work with a travel agent, let's say your room rate goes down for some reason or a new discount becomes available, you can apply that towards your vacation.
No, as opposed to having to book a new room, you just automatically can modify it, and you can go right on when. And if you have an agent that is hooked up enough with stuff, we normally get a forewarning, a day or so beforehand, so we know when we have to be up at 5 a.m. to go on there to do that. Because otherwise, if you don't see it on your own until you see something on social media till 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and everyone's talking about it.
Those are gone half the time.
That's why I love working. Again, go work with Stephen Noon if you don't have a travel agent. And travel agents for Disney do not take any money out of your pocket. As a matter of fact, it'll save you money. Disney takes care of them on the back end. And either you're going to pay the same exact price you paid for your vacation, or it'll be cheaper most of the time. But you have someone in your corner like that who knows when the discounts are coming up, is waking up at 5 a.m. and getting those for you.
The new one's coming out tomorrow, actually.
Look at that.
Summer, a bunch of stuff.
Summer discounts tomorrow. An exclusive. This is one of the other quote-unquote quiet pools back here.
I love this whole area.
Me too. I love this view from here where you have 3 bridges, the tower. Beautiful. Yeah, back here is also where the gym is too, right? Beautiful sunset tonight. True sunset, I believe, when I looked it up. It was in about 10 to 15 minutes. I think that's twilight. Wow, Rosita said, right now, All-Star Movies is more expensive than Pop right now. I mean, it does move around and rotate, I'm sure, for different reasons beyond you might know better than me, why sometimes things go cheaper than others.
Yeah, it just depends if you look at like what the actual room type is. So it might be that there's only a preferred Pop Century room that's available versus a standard All-Star room, or vice versa with things. Also one of the only moderates that has a gym, because that's normally
Yep.
Because what people don't realize, there are certain aspects that kind of just denote something as a moderate versus a value versus a deluxe resort. Just basic things like value resorts. Obviously, Art of Animation is priced higher, but Art of Animation does not have a slot. There are not dual vanities.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't a hot tub.
I was gonna say, we always remember that the value meant no hot tub. Everything above a value had a hot tub.
Yeah, and certain things at moderate level, like there is one, and there's no table service restaurant.
Yeah.
So like you get a table service restaurant, you get a hot tub at a moderate. Here you actually get the gym. You do get dual vanities. You get queen beds instead of full-size beds. When you get to deluxe resorts, you have certain things as far as full concierge service. It used to be they all had room service. It's not quite the same anymore. But they're like
also, no values have, I believe, their own bars except for a pool bar, and that's it. Yeah.
So they're just specific things that are just flat, just attributes of a value moderate deluxe. As far as amenities that just Disney uses to classify that are separate of, this really feels like a deluxe. Well, it doesn't, because it doesn't have.
And it's also, Disney has made a lot of changes. Like here, this was a true moderate before the Gran Destino Tower. Now that you have the Gran Destino Tower, and you have a club level, and you have a concierge, and you have 50 suites, and you have the valet parking, which also is not available at any value resort. This is now like a marriage between a moderate and a deluxe.
Yeah, and the prices will reflect that. Destino is significantly more than staying here, but if you're staying here just at the resort overall as amenities-wise,
You could still enjoy the amenities, yeah.
And you have all those table service restaurants and the dining.
No, this feels like a deluxe more than a moderate. And it's a nice big gym. I like that guy. Never skipped leg day. My man. Oh, that's not a sidewalk at all. But they closed down the spa, or is it reopened?
I don't think the spa's reopened.
Because there used to be a spa here, and I have a feeling, I mean, again, where that has more, it used to be right there, and it looks pretty closed. But I think that's the one thing, too, with the conventions, and when you have these higher-end clients staying over at the tower, let's say, a lot of them enjoy the spa. What resorts have spas left? Let's think.
Grand Floridian.
Grand Flo for sure. Shades of Green has their own.
Saratoga.
Saratoga's got a nice one, yep. Is that it? Also, can we just talk about how beautiful this is for a moment while we think? Oh my gosh, look at this. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I was gonna say the monorail loop would all go to Grand Flo. Anything on the Disney Springs boat line, Old Key West, Riverside, Port Orleans can all go use Saratoga.
I feel like Boardwalk used to have spa service, but I think they still just have their gym. I don't think they really have spa service.
I don't think that's there either. Swan and Dolphin has their own, so I guess you can go over there. Animal Kingdom Lodge, they do or don't have one?
Someone can correct me, but I don't think they do.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where it is, and I can't place it, which is just surprising to me because I would assume they would.
Yeah.
I love the architecture in this area.
Yeah.
Also, this is the perfect Pete Carney time of day. This is the best. I love when things are lit, but there's still a like blue haze in the sky.
This is great photo lighting, too. You get great night
Yep.
photos where you still can get some things lit up. But it's
And there's great places to take photos, like right down here. Or look at this with the fountain in the background. Are you kidding? It's gorgeous. You know what else is gorgeous? We're 11 likes away from 100. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, that'd be great. And please subscribe. I'm hanging out with Stephen Noon. He's the Disney MVP. He's an amazing travel agent. And he is the reason we are here touring this place tonight and getting to check out the Chronos Club level, as well as the Gran Destino Tower. So hit him up when you need a vacation. I put his Instagram in the description, but you can go to Stephen with a PH. So that's STEPHEN _NOON Disney MVP, one word. And first of all, thank him for giving us this amazing night. And hit him up for a vacation. You can't go wrong. Travel agents will only help. I still use one and I live here. I use Stephen. Look at this. Come on. Tell me you're not transported here. With just the beautiful glow of a Coca-Cola machine.
that is one thing. Coronado does not have freestyle machines around the building. We thought about that. Like Caribbean Beach, you have freestyle machines, so you can use refillable mugs. You don't have to go back to
Brilliant.
the main food court. Here, unfortunately, the only drink refill station is actually in Mercado. Even Gran Destino, there is no refill station.
Wow.
With your refillable mug, you have to walk here. So that is one thing I will say to Disney. Get freestyle machines in the building here.
I was going to say the opposite. I hate saying this because, you know, we all love Disney. We're here all the time. But, like, you think Disney realized how much money they were losing with the freestyle machines compared to here?
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, yeah, all those random $2 at a time. More beautiful fountains. Looks like we got some pickleball court set up over here. Another beautiful area just to hang out in. I love this courtyard. And this actually brings you right up into the convention center on the right-hand side. To the left, we'll walk towards Maya Grill, the Mercado, which is like their food court. Maya Grill, a beautiful Mexican restaurant. They have usually a live guitar player.
Relatively new menu.
I got it. Oh, what a save. Oh, sorry. There you go. Good luck. Get him. Look how beautiful that is. Come on. This might be. All right. Here's a ranking you don't see in a lot of these March Madness pools that everyone's doing. You know, everyone's doing best and worst attractions, food. What's just the best hotel or resort at Disney to just walk around in? You're no stops, so it doesn't matter the food and drink or the bars. It doesn't matter what the rooms look like. If you just had to pick one Disney resort, you could pick the time of day, sunrise, sunset, middle of the day, whatever you want. What would be your one resort just to walk around? You're not going inside anything. I mean, you could walk through areas, but again, it doesn't matter about the food or the rooms or even the amenities, because you're not really doing those either. Just kind of to walk. If you were like, hey, I got to go walk 3 miles every day for the rest of my life, get my steps in, this is my mall walk, what resort would it be? I think this has to be it for me. I'm trying to think of a better one.
It's really the three moderates as far as a walking resort. It's here,
Port Orleans.
Caribbean, and Port Orleans.
Yeah, Caribbean, Port Orleans, yeah.
They're old school and very spread out, and they have the built-in walking paths and stuff. So I mean, obviously the deluxe are great, but all of the deluxes for the most part are more compact, unless they're the more spread out DVC resorts. But this kind of maintains the theme versus like walk around Saratoga and Key West. So,
I'd say, yeah, here in Port Orleans, we 1 and 2. If I break my own rules, you hear the live guitarist. We'll just peek in real quick. There he is. Man, little Moana. You hear it? Oh, yeah. Beautiful restaurant. Food's really good, and they have their own restrooms here, too. Those restrooms are open during the day, even though the restaurant's closed. So if you're ever looking for a quick spot to use the restroom, Maya Grill during the day, those restrooms are always empty. I might make Fort Wilderness my other one just because of how different people decorate their campsites, and it would be different every day. And there's plenty of room to walk.
Well, and here on a dining side, especially as a mom, you have the Mercado, you have Maya.
Oh yeah, by the way, here's the Mercado. This is their big food court. All different stations over there. We've shown it many times. Sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
No, that's fine. Oh, and for anyone who wants to know, they had at Mercado these giant pretzels that were like bigger than the ones at Jock Lindsay's. They just got rid of them. We were
What?
much to our dismay. Anyone who's looking to come here for the giant pretzels.
here you have Mercado, you have
Yeah.
Rick's, Maya Grill, Three Bridges, Toledo, Dahlia,
Dahlia, yeah.
Barcelona Lounge. It easily has the
Tons of
most.
food.
Yeah.
And when you look it up on the internet, even though there's others technically at Disney Springs, this is one of the only spots where you can come watch a football game or whatever sporting event's going on, if the World Series, Stanley Cup. There's not many spots besides Disney Springs at hotels that'll show the game or show sound. Rick's, since it's a sports bar, will show it. We watch NFL playoff games here. It's a lot of fun. And that huge convention center is through those doors. Like I said, hundreds of thousands of square feet of convention space, including their grand ballroom, which is over 60,000 square feet for one room. Pretty, oh my gosh, hold on, Steven. We need this. Come on, did I bring them? Mine are both dead. I might have left them in the car. Peter, come on, be better. We left them in the car.
Blocks if you need one in the room.
Oh, I have one in my car. I just yesterday went to go use both, and they both were on dead, and I was like, oh no. That's why when I like going to Epcot, I usually switch them on the way in, use them, switch them on the way out, and I have a full one. Yep. Also, Cafe Rick's is another grab-and-go food spot as well. The baked goods, closed right now. So some of you remember this, the old lobby. This is where you used to check in. These were all the check-in desks. Now it's more of a hangout spot, the fountain. Look how beautiful that is. I don't know why I think of you would get this, Steven, but for some reason, St. Anthony of Padua, I feel like should be painted with that's what I think of. Panchitos is their gift shop. You can grab your last minute things. Let's say you forgot some snacks or some sodas, some ibuprofen, you want to grab a bottle of wine. But of course, you have tons of Disney merch, resort exclusive merch. It's all here. And if you're at a DVC resort, there'll be a lot of DVC merch as well. I want to buy this.
They have a great resort ornament. It's one of the bell lamps that's at Gran Destino.
That's cool.
And it lights up. So we have that on our tree.
That is cool. We used to do the ornaments every year, and then we missed, of course, this year. I'm like, Lauren, you realize we forgot We do a different ornament every year. I was putting it away. I got sad. This is a great spot to work. So I've said this on streams too, but I like to sometimes just mix up my work day and go to different resorts, plug into the Wi-Fi. And here with the Wi-Fi, there's charging at all these desks. Just a great place to vibe out. I also think this is gorgeous, and so many people don't even notice it's there. 6 likes away from 100. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? And please subscribe. I think we're a few subscribers away from another little milestone. We'll see. Ooh, I love it. Tomorrow we're gonna have another power stream. I'm meeting up with Brandi and Mandy, and we're going to go over to the Magic Kingdom to start our day. Check out the DVC lounge that just opened up. We are going to dine at Be Our Guest, which I don't think I've ever done on a stream yet. We'll do some fun facts, but then we're gonna park hop over to Epcot, do the other DVC lounge, show you what that looks like, and walk around Flower Garden for a little bit.
We still miss the Be Our Guest quick service lunch.
Be Our Guest was such a gem before they upped the pricing and the tiers and the a la carte.
When COVID happened, they realized we can just have table service all the time and just get a guaranteed
Yeah.
65 a head. But that was always
rough.
our hack. Go there for, especially if you're on one of the best quick service meal credits, especially like for lunch or breakfast. Although breakfast was expensive for what it was.
Who's the best?
It allowed you to get in the space and see it and not have to commit to spending
Yep.
bucks as a family just to see it.
And that's gotta be so cool for some families with young kids to see it, where you don't have to spend 500 bucks.
And you know, I mean, we love Air Gas, we've been there and stuff, but sometimes it's not a super varied menu, and things like that. So if you have some picky eaters and whatnot, then Air Gas can be tough with little kids.
Yeah. They can try the gray stuff. Another one that I missed when they upped it was when Le Cellier was 1 credit instead of 2. We used to go there for lunch all the time with 1 credit. I think we're going A. A. All right, so we're gonna lose service in the elevator, everyone. So please just hit refresh, please. Come back. All right, let's see. Should come back.
There we go.
We're back? All right, there we go. Hopefully everyone comes back. All right, well, I'll do a lap without the camera while everyone comes back, and I'll come back and grab it. Mm-hmm.
All right, we're all back. Pete's taking a peek at the dessert line. I think we'll go back and show everybody else. But we'll just let everybody come back. I can see if I can figure out a way here to see. You can kind of see in the distance against the glare, Spaceship Earth. They've not turned the lights down. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, it's a tough glare. All right, I'm going to take us over here. So I'm just waiting. We can see the line. Please hit like and subscribe. Here we go. So this time from 8 to 10 is the dessert and cordials portion of things. So it looks like we have a Marquesa cake with lime chantilly and basil sugar.
I was coming back.
Oh, that's all right. Well, I just figured we got a lot of people back, so I figured this wasn't staring out
This
things.
is your place.
It's
Here.
all right. I'm all
You
good.
enjoy.
I'm a very fast eater. So.
Yeah, though, Marquesa cakes look good. So I'm not a big sweets person, but I love lemon. So the lemon olive oil cake with the plant-based whipped cream, I grabbed one of those. And the other thing I grabbed, oh God, you can go, it's all right. Was there's celebration cupcakes, which I passed on, but this sounded good. The apple pie tart, which has a white chocolate whipped ganache. And you got some M&Ms, some chocolate covered espresso beans, some yogurt covered pretzels, and then, because I love this espresso, over here we got some chocolate chip cookies, some oatmeal cookies, some fresh fruit. I'm gonna grab some of that, but I'm curious. Yes, you do. Can I just do a little bit of Bailey's on the top of that? Or, yeah, I know, however it works. Yeah, that'd be great, thank you. Amazing, thank you so much. Do. Is there a garbage now? Amazing, thanks so much. Well, isn't this the cutest little plate of food? And this is all included in Club Level. Your teas, your fresh water, your lemons. This is what we were talking about earlier about grabbing some of these and going to the parks and grab Pellegrino or lemonades, teas, soda, milk, water. They even have the to-go cups for the espresso and coffees, Americanos, lattes. Oh, this is so nice. I just love the decorations too. Like, they got the little books that you could read, whether it's about Spain and cooking or Disney parks. They got Ticket to Ride. The games here are legit. We're gonna go back to our little corner. This is the coolest. I love this. Oh, now we can see the tower. Look at the Tower of Terror right there. Brandi, I was just talking about you. I think Brandi is literally right out this window at Hollywood Studios, right there. Hi, everyone. So we're at the Chronos Club. This is the club level area inside of the Gran Destino Tower at Coronado Springs at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. So many locations. I hope you're enjoying the stream. We're only 4 likes away from 100, so if you haven't hit that like button yet, that would be amazing. If you're on a TV, I know you gotta hit the remote or go up and down or do something nuts, but if you're on your phone or laptop, computer, just hit that thumbs up, smash it. And please subscribe if you're subscribed, or whether you're a new subscriber or an existing, please hit all notifications. What you do is hit that bell, hit all notifications, you'll never miss a live stream. Again, a big shout out to Stephen Noon for getting us into the Chronos Club and this amazing day. And I hope you enjoyed. If you missed any of it, we just did a little tour of the whole resort. Plus, we're here. We showed you the room inside of the tower. Kate is joining as well.
Yes.
Sandy's here. I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, there was this lemon cake. There was a apple tart. Everything's good. It's amazing.
All right. I'm gonna try something. Chill. It's fine.
An espresso, little Bailey's. Thanks everybody who came back. I know we lost in the elevator. I think the last time I was up in the tower was actually here with the Richeys, Glenn and Suzanne and some of their friends. I still have to put that video out. We're doing a throwback video. I gotta get that out. I have a bunch of other throwback videos coming out over the next 2 weeks. Looking back at kind of what started the channel, COVID, and some of our very first videos happened during COVID and some of the highlights. We also might have some new surprises coming soon on the channel. I know a lot of people ask like for set schedules, and we might be doing something like that on a weekly basis soon. A lot of things are in the works. It's very exciting. You can see Spaceship Earth right there. Although with this reflection, it looks kind of weird, kind of crazy. I guess I'll just say hi. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want to shout out, say hi in the chat. And thanks to everyone who hit the like button. We just passed 100 likes. Amazing. Zencation, what's happening? Yeah, don't these desserts look fantastic? Yeah, Steven Noon's the man. All right, let's try first. We'll try a little espresso. That is literally so delicious. All right, up first, we're gonna try this apple tart. That's this little beauty right here. This is the apple tart. That's the lemon olive oil cake. And then I forgot the name of this one, but it sounded yum yum in the tum tum. Zippity doo Doug, what's going on? Says you're making me a hungry man. I normally would not get dessert, but you know what they say, when you're at club level, you must eat dessert. I think that's an expression. Yeah.
This is another little thing here, just in the bathrooms here, they have actual
Oh, I gotta zoom out. Whoop, you're super zoomed. There you go. You're good.
themed towels.
Anywhere. They even the Contemporary used to have them. They discontinued them.
Yep.
And I know this is a weird thing, but I have all the napkins from like as many of the hotels as I can. So whenever I see them, like I gotta get them. They're gonna go away. Like,
These are like-
someone's gonna figure out they're beautiful napkins.
Yeah, well, these are the same type. We were fortunate to go to Club 33 in Disney's name, and this is the same type of thing for 33, but this is, I think, like one of the ones on the facility.
And they're just nice napkins. They actually work. They're not like the paper ones that fall apart or the cloth ones that don't absorb anything. It's the beautiful happy medium. I save these. I put them out sometimes when we have guests at our guest bedroom. I'll put them out. We like to put little like Disney trinkets out like that.
So I gave up coffee for Lent, which is real for me, but I figure espresso liqueur and chocolate covered espresso beans don't count.
No,
I'm
I
very
think
good. I haven't cheated.
that's
Even
impressive.
here.
I just was talking to my cousins about this when I stayed with them last weekend, and Helder, my buddy, technically my cousin's husband, but like we're very close, so he's family. He gave up drinking for Lent and bread, and I was like, you're gonna be ripped. You're gonna have a 6-pack, everything else. And he goes, yeah, and I was doing really well. I haven't been drinking. He goes, but what was it? It was so funny. We were out eating, and I was like, you're eating the bread? He goes, yeah, I ruined it yesterday because he had something. Oh, he had a burger, not realizing the buns were bread. Like, he was like, he just in his head, because his mother also owns a bakery. So, like, bread is essential in their life. They have a Portuguese bakery in their family. So, like, bread is more like always on the table. They have bread with all their meals. Like, the pre-bread that's usually on the table.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, when I had a hamburger, I was so careful about not eating bread. I didn't realize the buns on a burger were bread. So he's like, but I'm still doing the no drinking. And he's successful.
He gave a bread service.
Yeah. Pre-meal bread. Oh, this is
Just
cool.
like most Disney restaurants are giving a bread service.
Yeah, that's really... Is there any place that still does it? The last place I remember was Citrico's. Obviously...
I think Yachtsman might still. The Cellier still does.
Obviously Victoria and Albert's. Yeah,
Mark Mueller's might still.
maybe. Not many left. I mean, I know... No, not there, not there. I'm resort hopping in my head.
There's very few.
Someone's got to support Disney Plus. So inside this apple tart, there's big chunks of real apple. I'll just use my hands. Pardon me. Look at that. I feel like I'm having fruit. Glenn, don't let the squirrels run off your napkin. No, but that was hysterical. Last time I was with Glenn and Suzanne, they were over at Swan and Dolphin. So one night, I had a little bit of time before. I was running to and from something, but just stopped over there by the pool bar to have a drink together for an hour and a half or whatever. Yeah, I believe so. Thanks. But we're having wings, and the squirrel literally like came up under my feet, was sitting there. The minute I got up to go get something from the bar, ran up to the table, grabbed my napkin, not realizing there was a wing in it, and pulled it away. And then as I was walking, I said goodbye. I found the squirrel, had opened the napkin, was holding the wing and eating the wing.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what is going on here? These squirrels at Disney live in the life.
No, we used to have still taking a stroller and stuff. You always had to be careful.
Yeah.
We'd have like the canvas bags, kind of reusable bags we ever put in the bottom there, and the number of times either seen other people's, we've had a couple times we just literally eat from the bottom of the bag and you're just having goldfish or whatever.
I try to help when I walk by a stroller park. You either see like a ton of birds on one stroller because someone left like a chips bag open or some Cheerios out.
In the safari strolling parking lot, that would be the worst. The number of birds and squirrels just a feast at the safari.
Yeah.
People do the strollers
Or walking through one of those aviaries. Yeah, for sure. No, I try to scare up squirrels. Like you'll see a squirrel on a stroller, walk over, just give it a little shake, try to help somebody out. But I would, that's great advice that we don't talk about enough is strollers. Make sure you are putting away all food and beverages that you do not want attacked by squirrels, birds, or other children walking by who just think it's theirs.
Brandi and I said it's like going to the Smokies. Like you don't put food in your car because of black bears. You
Yeah.
have food in your strollers because of squirrels.
Absolutely. Uncle Aardvar, great to see you. Brandi says, desserts for Salty Pete? Yes. Listen, these are some fancy desserts. And also, I always said I'm not the biggest sweets person, but these are kind of nice. It's just like straight up apple with like a little sweetness. And now I'm going to try the lemon dessert. I love lemon desserts. And that is delightful. Olive oil and lemon is not a typical dessert I would say most people eat. I love. There's lemon cake and olive oil. Delightful.
I will say it seemed at the club lounges for like 2-3 years post the 50th. This is where they got rid of all the 50th sprinkles and desserts.
Oh.
Literally the same 50th.
Leave it out, yeah. They're gonna.
Holly here, but every place we had stayed up only up until like last year or so. 50th decorations. They had all these extra sprinkles.
It's like it's been 53 years. You're still eating the 50th. Yeah, that's amazing. Ben B, what's going on? Great to see you. Also, people saying thank you, Stephen. I agree. Thank you to the Noon family. Yeah, Momio's mom says they used to have them in the contemporary bathrooms. I remember that too. Yeah, that exact kind of. These are the best. So whenever I go to Dahlia, I usually grab like 3, 4. Hi, Jason Andrews. So if you came in a little late, we started up here in the Chronos Club Lounge at the Gran Destino Tower. We showed you what the dinner was like. It was delightful. You can get unlimited beer, wine. They have cordials out tonight to go with your after-dinner drinks. We're having some light desserts. There's some fresh fruit. And we also did a nice little walking tour around all the different neighborhoods, the cabanas, the casitas, it'll come to me. Ranchos, yes. And we showed you the old lobby, the new lobby, the Barcelona Lounge. It really is a lovely resort. And if you were staying until fireworks night outside of their window, they have great views of Magic Kingdom. But here you could sort of see where the fireworks would be. If we zoom in and you see Spaceship Earth right there, that where honestly where the reflection is right here would be where the fireworks would be.
In all honesty, you're better off, even if you're staying club and the weather's nice, go up to Dahlia.
Dahlia Lounge, yes.
And
So
just go outside and you can see.
Dahlia's got
great.
beautiful views. And a little hack, if you're at Dahlia, you would think being closer to Epcot is better. It's actually being furthest away has the best angle facing the fireworks. The closer you get, the building kind of takes away some of the fireworks. But the outside lounge at Dahlia Lounge is amazing. Mr. Davis is joining the resort tour, planning to visit Dahlia Lounge in May. Never did it yet. Oh, it's great. Let me know when you're going.
Bailey's and coffee.
Also, a big congratulations to Mr. Dave, who's going to be celebrating his retirement, I believe, in the next either month or two. Amazing after many, many years. I can't wait. Hopefully, we'll see a lot more Mr. Dave. Bill Doherty, what's going on? Says, I never met a dessert I didn't like. That would be me and like a margarita. You have to give up certain things For me, desserts and soda were the two things I gave up to enjoy the other guilty pleasures of life.
I gave up soda. That was a big deal. But it makes a huge difference.
Huge, yeah. I mean, it's been so long I don't even miss it anymore. I mean, I gave that up.
I'll drink sparkling water stuff or things.
Oh,
But
I love like Pellegrino and lemon. Like,
I'll drink like bubblies or things like that. But yeah, no more Diet Coke, Diet Coke.
yeah, we like Lauren and I love the spin drifts. Like, those are great with the natural or like the real lemon in it. But I mean, I was a huge soda head. That's why I had to stop. I mean, I was eating and drinking all the wrong things. So I was like, let's cut some simple things out. My only exception to soda would be sometimes I have ginger ale, either like to sip it if like the stomach's a little weird,
Sure.
or if it's like in a mixed drink and I'm just tired of going a little too hard. Let's say like at a wedding with an open bar, like I'll at the end of the night do like a Captain and ginger just to kind of balance out the stomach. But yeah, I don't ever drink soda going out. I used to love all the sodas too. Like I was a Dr. Pepper fan, like the Mr. Pibb. I would do soda in all my cocktails, Mountain Dew and the Surge back in the day. Little shout out for way back.
Yeah.
And I used to always have like Jack and Cokes and like soda in every single drink. Now a lot of the time it's just sparkling water or seltzer.
I would give up alcohol so much more easily than soda.
Lauren gave up alcohol. I've cut way back, but Lauren has stopped completely, like forever, and not for any like real reason. She already was looking to cut back.
Is that always part of like the 75 burn and stuff? No alcohol.
There's no alcohol during this 75 hard stuff. So when she would come off of that and then like go out and have like a drink with her friends, she'd be like, I just hate the way I feel and this and that. And we were watching a podcast, and Nikki Glaser, the comedian, she hosted the Golden Globes recently. I've known her forever, and she hasn't drank in like 20 years. And Lauren's like, what? Like, you would think she comes across as like this drinker partier, but she's like, no, I read a book. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. But she's like, I read this book, and then she's like, I just never had the desire to drink it. She's like, and I don't feel weird. People can drink around me. I still go to bars.
Sure.
She's like, but I just have never had the urge ever again. So Lauren bought the book, and Lauren's like, yeah, I'm just never gonna drink again. I'm like, that's it? Just like, and she's like, yeah, I mean, it probably has been like 2 or 3 weeks since I did it anyway, but she's like, I have no desire anymore. And she stopped. She's been out around it, and it's not her thing. So I was like, good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna save us so much money.
There you go.
Now, if I could quit too, oh my gosh, we're going to Golden Oak.
There's no more adventures by Carney now. So.
I know, that's what I have to say. Yeah, it would be drinking tea around the world.
Oh. Same rain.
No.
We were talking about that the other day too. Is the drinking around the world streams, and now with the Disney price hikes, what's the cheapest you could get away with drinking around the world? If you had one alcoholic beverage in every country, and you got the cheapest one, still how cheap would 11 countries be?
Oh, probably still close to 200. I'd say.
At least, right?
How
Like,
much are beers? Like a basic
even
beer?
beers, like if you got, so obviously non-festival, because we do festivals, there's smaller prices but smaller
Yeah.
cups. But if you got like a real drink, quote unquote, during a non-festival, I would say the cheapest thing I've ever seen is $10.
It maybe would be like, but there's not enough for them. It's like.
But there's not every
Maybe
country.
150. I'm not even.
No, because like some of like the Joffrey ones technically have stuff in them.
But even
Like,
those
it's
with
like
the
cheaper.
alcohol are $14.50. Like without it, it's like $9. With the alcohol now, it's like $14. I would say that the average price around the world is $10 to $15 as the cheapest items. And you could find more expensive, obviously. So if you just figured an average of, I don't know, there's 11 countries, so it's 110 if everything was $10. But then half of those are going to be higher.
Yeah.
So you're looking at like 160, and then you have to add tax and gratuity if you go to one of the bars that serve. So if you're in like Morocco or if you're in La Cava,
Go to La Cava. Nothing cheap there.
no, La Cava's not a cheap stop. No.
Oh, that
Not a
agave,
cheap
that
spot.
agave margarita is my favorite.
It's they make great margaritas, so that's why people wait and pay. But yeah, we were saying if you did the absolute cheapest with tax and tip, you're probably looking around like $2 to $2.50 with just the cheapest drinking around the world, which is like, geez.
Take a buddy, split them.
Well, that's what everyone does now. Is that even on our last like drinking challenge where we did all the beers around the world? I mean, we drank something like 50, but we split that amongst our group where we all had, as long as you had a sip of them each, it just gets so expensive. Glenn Richey, Jolt is supposed to be coming back. Jolt, I remember Jolt. Pete, tell me what's going on. I'm excited for Pete to be here. Pete, I told Bill and Lynnette about the hats you need, so those should be here by the time of your vacation. We'll see Pete. I think we might be live streaming with Pete. We got some fun things planned when he's in town. All right, everyone. I think this is a nice place to kind of wrap it up and say goodnight. We started here in the Chronos Club. We're going to end here in the Chronos Club. I really appreciate you watching. It'd be great if you could subscribe. And tomorrow we'll be live again. Like I said, we'll be at the Magic Kingdom. We're going to do the new DVC lounge. We'll be walking around. We'll do Be Our Guest, which we've never eaten in during a live stream. And then we're going to park hop. It's going to be a nice long live stream. Go over to Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. Do all the fun daytime things over there. And as well as do their DVC lounge so you can see what both look like. And then I have to go DJ at night. So it's going to be a real fun day. It's going to be a great time. You don't want to miss it. I want to, if you want to see what's going on in my life in between the streams or where I post announcements for streams, you can check out my Instagram, which is @officialcarney. My Twitter or X is your WDW guy. My TikTok's Adventures by Carney. We have an amazing Patreon. Steven's in there. Go to patreon.com/Adventures by Carney. We have an awesome Discord with hundreds of people. The only rule is you got to be kind to one another. That's where we talk about all kinds of things. You can go check it out. I can talk about that forever. I love our Discord. And we have a website, adventuresbycarney.fun. That's right, .fun. I think that's it. Go, again, big thank to the Noon family for letting me come out and hang out here at the club level. If you're booking a vacation, please, and you don't have a travel agent, you should 100% be using one. And I recommend Steven. I use Steven all the time for myself, and I live a 5K away from Disney. So you can find him in our Discord, in our Patreon, but also if you want to see his awesome Instagram where he posts a ton of fun stuff, informative stuff, you can go to Instagram, Steven, STPHEN_NOON_Disney MVP, one word, and go find all of his amazing content. Thank you guys so much for having me. And thanks for watching. And if you're watching on the replay, please hit the like button, subscribe. Here we go. This is it from the Chronos Club. Look at this fancy place. And if you're in the greater Chicago area, you could go see the Noon family singing all the time, and they're incredible. I feel like if you're not at Disney, I feel like you're doing gigs somewhere.
We are
always gigging. Yeah. I love it. That's a good thing. All right, everyone, from Walt Disney World, have an amazing night. And don't forget, please be kind to others. You never know what someone else is going through. Everybody's got a story. They may not show it or talk about it, but let's just extend a little kindness. We can change the world. Have a great night. See you real soon. Bye-bye.